I'm tired of being a modern day slave. You know what I mean? Like, what's the best way to make people work? Well, you start by making everything, including basic needs, cost money. And then the only way to make that money is by working. Now, you don't have to make people work. They will literally fight over jobs. They'll type up documents that showcase their past work experience, dress like really nice, and go answer questions about what a great worker they are just for the chance to live paycheck to paycheck. 68% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck right now in 2025. In 1997, that number was 31%. You know what didn't exist in 1997? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, DoorDash, Klarna, Afterpay. I mean, not even YouTube. Why does that matter? Because in 1997, although there were commercials, advertising, etc., there was still a clear line between when your money went from being in your pocketbook to going into the hands of a store owner to buy something. Now, that line has blurred to the point you can barely tell the difference between an ad and just like a regular social media post, or what was even produced by a real human being versus AI. The name of the game has continuously been to make spending as easy as humanly possible. Because at the end of the day, we still have to choose to give our money away. Corporations can't physically take it from us yet. But what they can legally do, like completely legally do, is track our every move online, build a completely custom way to market to us that exploits our emotional weaknesses, then make it so convenient that we can buy their magical solution in one click. Corporations have the money to do this. They have the money to literally lobby laws. They certainly have the money to trick us into buying their shit. The thing is, we don't have to fall for it. We don't have to keep funding these entities that line their pockets while paying their employees so little they need government aid to live. We can do the one thing every corporation doesn't want us to do. Stop, think for a second, and ask ourselves a few questions before buying something. Do I need this? Do I even want this? Why am I even buying this? Is there an alternative? If you can't answer these questions, you probably don't need it. Another way to think of it is, how many hours do I need to work to pay for this thing I want? I make about $20 an hour after taxes. So if I want to purchase a $100 item, I have to work 5 hours for it. So if the only way to get that item was to work 5 hours, like for free, and then they would like hand me the item at the end, would I still want it? When I think of it like that, the answer is just almost always no. I read a meme once that said something along the lines of, I wake up early to commute to a job I hate just to afford the house I'm never in. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with working. If it was 100 years ago, many of us would be like doing hard labor on farms. So I'm not going to complain, especially not about working at a bank, out of the weather, no lifting or hard labor or anything like that. However, I'm not okay with working 40 or more hours a week just to live paycheck to paycheck. There are a lot of things we can't control. Like we have to pay our bills every month. Those aren't going away. I was explaining to my 8-year-old how mommy has to pay $1,100 every month for rent. And she was like, oh, is that because you can't afford to pay it all at once? And I was like, no, that's just how rent works. you just never stop paying it. I mean, unless you buy a home in cash or pay off the loan, you'll have to just keep paying this every month forever. She was like, well, that sucks. It really does. But there are some things we can control. We can control our variable expenses. I mean, obviously, we can't spend $0 on food, but we can spend less money on eating out and save on groceries. I mean, we can buy our clothes from a thrift store, like I already do. We can use up what we have, like I'm doing currently in my Project Pan videos, and we can join the No Buy Rebellion. So, this video is my official declaration that I am done being a modern day slave. And that going forward, every dollar I spend will be out of my own will. And not because some advertisement made me feel bad about myself or some influencer said that this is like the best thing they've ever used or because everyone else has it and I'll look stupid or, God forbid, poor if I don't have it. I encourage you to join me because we really can change the world in a day. If for just one day we collectively didn't buy anything, corporations would scramble. They would be required to change. So the next time you spend your money, remember that it's their privilege to obtain your money. They should be honored you chose to purchase from them and not the other way around. Let's change the world.